This is Matt Russell, and welcome to the DailyFX Forum.
So here are the four pairs that I will be discussing this evening: the Euro Pound, the Aussie Kiwi, the Pound Swiss, and the Euro Swiss. So let's go ahead and pull up the charts. The first chart is the Euro Pound. If you recall, during yesterday's report, I mentioned this resistance line here and the potential for an evening star reversal pattern that did not occur. And I want to show you how I personally entered and then exited this trade. Again, when I was speaking yesterday, this candle was still red, and it still not had taken out this high right here. I entered at about the 88.16 level and exited at about 88.35 on the move above here, again because that would have negated the evening star reversal pattern. And again, learning how to exit, losing trades is the most important part of trading, and you just have to take your lumps and then move on to the next trade. Speaking of which, the next chart is the Aussie Kiwi, and as I mentioned during yesterday's report, the bottom end here of the lower channel line was getting tested numerous times. I mentioned how I thought it was going to fail, even though we had a few long wicks, and we can see the prices did in fact close beneath the level right here. As I'm speaking right now, prices are about 30 or 40 pips away from this line. Moving forward, I would use the opposite line now, the opposite side of this line, as our resistance level. So we might look to get short, maybe at the line, maybe a few pips just beneath it, with a stop maybe 50 or 75 pips back above the line. Again, this line, my confidence, it's just a little thin in terms of the viability of this line, but it did adhere, prices did adhere to the line numerous times here, so I do expect, at least initially, for it to act as resistance now that we do have the breakout. The next chart is the Pound Swiss, and we can see the breakout beneath the longer term support line continues. What we might do now, similar to the Aussie Kiwi trade, is actually wait for prices to come back up and test the former support line from the opposite side, which now should act as resistance. The issue is that's about 350 to 400 pips away right now, so this trade we can just keep on the radar screen over the next few days. The last chart is the Euro Swiss, and here are the levels that I'm using for the pair. This is the longer term resistance line that prices did break out above, and this is the longer term support line. So moving forward, right now I would expect the longer term resistance line to act as support, the next move down beneath that 150 figure, and also keep an eye on the longer term support line. And we can see that these lines do intersect, but we would need to see prices get down there within the next few days in order for this intersection or convergence to be relevant in terms of our trading. Again, my name is Matt Russell, and stay tuned for a preview of the DailyFX Forum. I want to go ahead and formally welcome everybody to the DailyFX Forum, and I want to explain a little bit about the forum and the wealth of information that you can obtain from the forum, and how to go about doing so, how to find the things you want. So I'm just going to dive right in right now, and this is DailyFX.com, and this is usually how I navigate my way towards the forums. Obviously, it really depends on each individual how they access the forums, but this is how I go ahead and do it. I go DailyFX.com, go ahead and click on the forum on top, and this brings you to the DailyFX forum homepage, and this highlights the most recent posts with the subject. So if you see anything that you're interested in, you can obviously go ahead and click. What I like to do is click on the forums tab like this, and go ahead and view the forums in the normal, typical way that forums are set up. And here you go, there are a bunch of threads down here. And I'm just going to go ahead and go directly to the forum, the video you just viewed, where you viewed it. So let's go ahead. This is the DailyFX Instructor Tips Forum, identifying trades with DailyFX. That's me. And go ahead and click on the most recent post. So this is where you are right now viewing the video, although the video will be the video beneath this one that you're watching right now. So normally when I'm on the forums, and what I would do is just scroll up to the top. Certainly you can check out any of my previous videos, and especially if I did mention them in the report or in the video that you're viewing at that moment. And what I will do is go ahead and click on the forums, and then look for the forums that I like, that I have interest in. One of them would be the Euro Dollar forum, and this, again, it's really up to each individual trader as to exactly how they want to use the forum. Personally, what I like to do, the first thing I do is I'll go to the Euro Dollar thread, I'll go and click on the latest post, And what I'll do here is, and again, I just want to really emphasize this point. It depends on your exact mindset when you're viewing. And me as a trader, I have some experience. So what I do and how I personally use the forum is I go through and I'll read what people are saying about the euro, what their trade ideas are. I certainly try to maintain my own individual objectivity, and I really don't pay much attention to what other traders are saying in terms of my trading. I'm not going to certainly see something on a forum and then go jump into a trade. But what it will do, it will open my eyes to certain trading opportunities, maybe a certain line or a certain time frame that I haven't looked at before. So that's one way that I personally like to utilize the DailyFX forum. But certainly for newer traders, there are plenty of topics that you can go over. Let's say you might not be well versed in terms of certain currency pairs that you want to learn about. Scalping, you might not know what Elliott wave is. You can go ahead and click there and see exactly what you can understand, what you might not understand, and then certainly feel free to ask questions about any of these topics that you have. Maybe the carry trade, maybe you have some questions about that, or the sentiment, the SSI, or the latest economic news, FX programmers, the webinars, MT4. Any questions about active trader, you can go ahead and click on those threads. So again, it's very free, very open, and there is a wealth of information here and just waiting for to be utilized. Again, this is Matt Russell. Thank you for listening.